Welcome to Ambitious Tech Mamas, a podcast for moms who are making big moves at work and at home. Here, we keep it real about careers, relationships, and the beautiful, messy balance of motherhood.
This is your space to be authentic, to feel seen, and to remind yourself that grace is just as important as ambition. You are not alone, so let's navigate this journey together.
All right, well, look at us, episode 8. I am proud of us. We are keeping it going and keeping it real. I love it.
Yes, we should buy ourselves gifts for episode 10 just because.
I like it. I'll do it.
Or we should ask the husbands to do it because they're so proud of us.
I thought that was implied, but when you say by ourselves, well, we'll go with it. I like it either way. Or we could do 2 gifts. One from us,
that's true,
one from
right?
them.
Because we have to learn how to do things for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. No,
you
good.
actually taught me that.
I did, yeah.
It was something. He was like, why don't you just buy a gift for yourself? And I was like,
See? Exactly. Let's make sure that happens.
Yes.
All right. Well, last episode, we talked a little bit during our Glows and Grows on just everything going on. And so we thought it might be fitting with other parents in the same situation on talking about how we manage it all, specifically manage kids' schedules, summer camps, all the things about life. And then more importantly, at least I think it's more important, not losing ourselves during it. So that's a little bit of our episode theme that we've got going on.
Yes. And just realizing that you're losing yourself in the midst of it all. I think sometimes we just get so caught into all that's going on that you don't even realize that I haven't gotten myself a manicure in a month. That's not okay. So
yeah, no, I clipped my nails yesterday. That is not the same as a manicure.
No,
but I was proud of myself. I was like, oh, good. I remembered to do that.
I just, at the moment, I'm like, you know what? Let me call my girl. Like, hey, I'm coming. So yeah.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, before we get into it, let's start with our Glows and Grows.
Yes. Glows and Grows. Glows. This one, which is probably fitting for the topic, it's not even about me. It's more about my daughter. She runs track, which will fall nicely into this episode.
Yeah.
And she blew it out the water this past week for associations. I mean, she set goals for herself.
Aww.
At the beginning of every year, we sit down as a family and do individual goals and then family goals. And so her goals for track, she set in January, and she exceeded them this past weekend. So I was
exciting.
like super proud of her.
I'm proud of her. That's exciting. Good for her.
Proud of me for not falling asleep at the track meet, and because it was long.
Hey, we take all the wins around here. All of the wins.
So that was that. My grow is funny. I'm gonna give a shout out to my cousin Brittany, who told me this morning. I thought just this past week I was learning to. I said there's this theme that I keep getting of like letting go of control. I struggle with letting go of control.
Okay.
Of course, she's my cousin, so we've grown up with each other. And she was like, "Girl, this is not just this past week. That's been your whole life."
Oh, and sorry, this was new to you.
Somewhat.
Okay. Okay.
And she, but I think the grow is that the universe, God is putting people in my life to say, you have to let go of control. You can't control everything. And this was something simple in terms of getting my hair braided, right? I want the people.
You want to do it yourself?
No, definitely not. No.
I was gonna say.
But I want a place that has 5 stars. The people know that, because if it's not correct,
I'm aware.
It's gonna be a problem.
I've been with you during these. Yes, yes.
And so yeah, but she was like, you're gonna have to just release control. Let the people, tell them what you want, what you have no problem doing, and then let them do their job and trust that it'll be. And I think this is more about trust than anything. And so that's my growth, to learn how to just relinquish control, trust the people who are in my life to do what they have to do.
I love it. And your hair looks great. See?
Thanks. Oh, no, I didn't get it done yet. All
right. Well, it still looks great.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so it's like a partial grow because you haven't actually crossed the line on letting go of the control
I'm on my way there.
Okay. I'm not going to call you on it, but it's not like a complete grow yet. Okay. That's okay.
Yes.
That's okay. That's fair. That's fair. Next episode, I expect the hair to be done.
Yes.
And that we're checking that box like completing the grow.
Oh, yes. I will have an update for how it went. Trust me.
Good. Oh, goodness.
I'm going to text you anyway, though.
Good.
So.
Yeah, no, I know. All right. I will say my glow, I will go with just like a simple one, which was seeing my child meet her favorite Sounders player.
Oh.
Now, we are big into Sounders, and I will always love and appreciate seeing the magic through my child's eyes. And so just seeing all the holiday things and Santa and all that stuff. But seeing her get so excited and nervous at the same time to meet somebody, that doesn't happen often, especially with a 6-year-old. And she was so excited.
Really?
And she was like, I want an autograph. Can you tell him I like him? I don't think I can tell him, but please tell him I like him. And so she got to meet him. She got to take a picture, all the things. And so just seeing that magic through her eyes of being able to see somebody that you really, really admire was just so cool to see. So I always love doing, it's called the Sounders Fan Fest, where they invite all the season ticket holders.
Oh, that's
And you
nice.
get to meet players and you get to do all the fun things. So it was really cool. I was debating on my grow. I will say my grow, and we'll talk about maybe some stuff that we've done recently coming up, but my body is not as young as it used to be. I will say I don't get out a lot, but I did go out with a couple fellow mom friends and we went wine tasting. We may have stayed up a little bit later than I usually do, but Mama's body felt that the next day. And I was like, I can't get anything done. We had a kids party that we had to go to. And I remember just standing there going, I don't feel 100%, but it's okay. We're going to rally. We're going to push through. And I just, the reality hits that Mama's body's getting old, but that's okay.
Yes, trust me. And see, if I was there, I was at the track meet, so I couldn't go.
Yes.
But, we probably have to have like 11:30 cutoff or something.
Yes. Oh, gosh.
There will still be something to do the next day, always.
There's always something. We had that kids party the next day, trust me. Luckily, it was at noon, so I had a little bit of time.
That helped.
But still. Oof.
But hey, you did it. At least you have fun. You can look back at it and say, I had a great time.
I did, but I've got a plan for that in the future.
Yes, you have to plan for it. Yes, do your exercise and take extra vitamins, all the important things.
Exactly.
So,
yes,
going back to our topic of just managing it all and doing a damn good job at it too, even though we don't feel like we are sometimes. I think we are. Our kids are still breathing, happy.
They're playing somewhere.
Smiling. Yes, they're playing somewhere. We haven't heard any cries, so everyone's good. But let's dive into exactly what all that entails in terms of what our kids do. So what sports activities are your children a part of?
Yeah, well, luckily my younger is 1, so we're not doing too much yet with that one. Although I don't even know what life's going to look like when I have 2, but it's fine. So at least the 1 is just along for the ride.
Yes.
I will say the 6-year-old, though, I mentioned on our last episode, summer camps is no joke in terms of just keeping up with that. So I'll start there. For some reason, besides vacations here and there, I thought it would be a good idea to, balance it out in the sense of let's do a STEM one and let's do a sports one and let's do a water one and did a different one almost every single week. And so there's that, and they all have different times and we have to coordinate pickup. But besides that, I have the kid that wants to try everything, which I love. I love that about her. But right now, if we take an example, she is doing hip hop dance. She is doing gymnastics. She is doing swim. She just wrapped up softball, and we are starting cheer, which is a lot. And apparently where we live, cheer is a competitive thing, where I will say, I think I might have mentioned this on a previous episode, that because it starts at 6, they had a cutoff. And so they were saying, well, you can sign her up only if you go to the top of the line. You'll get to the top of the line only if you agree to be an assistant coach. So now I've got that as part of it as well, which when I say 6-year-old competitiveness for cheer, that's like 2 days a week practice, Friday night lights because they're supporting all the little football players, and doing like games and retreats and all of the things. So she loves to do it all. So I would say our plate is a little full at the moment.
That is a lot.
Yeah. What about you? We heard track.
Yes. So my child also likes to do it all, but I can't do it all.
No.
So as I said the last episode, that word no is really being put into effect. Yeah. We are more of a sports family. So she does a different sport each season.
I like that. That sounds nicer.
But I will say, I do take the same approach with summer camp. That's how we get her to be exposed to different things.
Yeah.
So each week, like we know, for example, she has to do a cooking summer camp.
I love
that.
She
loves it. Like she comes home with the big knives, and I have uncles who are professional chefs.
They come home with knives.
Yeah,
Sorry, I just want to pause.
That's part of like at the end.
This sounds a little stressful to me. I don't know if I want my 6-year-old come home with knives.
No, they have, but that's it. They teach them the proper way.
Okay.
And then as their end of the week camp, take home gift, it's
knives.
Knives.
Okay.
And I think it's like a 6 or 8 course meal or whatever.
Oh, wow.
For about 4 people. So I don't have to cook for the week. I don't cook it anyway. My husband does, but I don't have to worry about what we're gonna eat.
Okay.
But yeah, she loves that. But I do the same thing. Every week is something new.
All the things. Yeah, art camp we've got in there. There are so many things.
In her school, she's developing a love for acting.
Oh, that's fun. Theater.
So we just finished theater camp, but in terms of like the round the clock things is sports. So she does track that goes from March through August.
Okay.
And then she does soccer. Then is basketball. Then is gymnastics. So we do technically one a season, but since track is so long, it'll overlap.
Sure.
But that's a lot
in itself.
And like you said, track is 3 days a week. 6 to 7:30. We live a little over an hour away from track practice.
That's a lot of driving.
Yes, track meets are all day. I'm not even like there's one meet that goes from like 8 a.m. till about, I think last year people left at about 9:30 p.m.
It's hard to do things with you on a Saturday. I know during that time.
That's it. It is all day.
Yeah.
And now that we're in the competition side of it, meaning we're on the road to Junior Olympics. It's all weekend. So this past weekend was Friday to Sunday.
Yeah.
This weekend is Friday to Sunday. We have a break, providing she makes it to Junior Olympics. But then that's Monday through Sunday. And then, the Olympics.
That sounds legit.
It is. And I think what I love about kids' sports, or what I'm learning, is that it's teaching them life skills, adversity, discipline. Like, the other day she's like, I don't want to go, or you know what? I don't want to run the 400 because it's too long, although no one likes the 400. But it's teaching her to push through even when I don't want to. And so
I love that.
I make the sacrifice, but,
Speaking of that sacrifice, so I talked a little bit about my role, at least with cheer. So we heard it can be assistant coach, it can be driving them, being a chauffeur. What else do you have to do personally as a mom of an athlete?
So I don't have to, but my nature is to jump in. So I don't coach anything unless they were doing double dutch. That's the only recognized sport in my mind. But, my husband used to run track, so he does coach the track team. But for me, I do more of the administrative stuff. So help looking for grants for the team, coordinating uniforms, putting together activities for end of year, things of that nature. So more of the administrative type things to keep the club running as me and another parent. We both handle those things so that the coaches can focus on coaching.
I like that.
Schedules and things of that nature. So that's really it. For soccer, they make you get involved. You got to sign up for snack,
Yeah, doing snack duty, remembering when you're bringing it and all that stuff.
Yeah,
yes.
and we always forget. So we're on our way to practice.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I say this out of love, but that does not surprise me.
We'd be like, oh, it's snack. I'm like, what?
And you can't write those children checks for any of your snacks like you do the tooth fairy. So
I know. I'm like, so we're always like, oh, man. And then, kids, they have standards now. I was talking to another parent, like you got kids asking for sushi. And I'm like...
Sorry, for a soccer snack?
No, I'm just saying in general. Okay.
I was like, I do not know where she is playing soccer.
Have standards. So, before you go get some Twinkies and we used to call them quarter waters back in New York. But now these kids would know this has red dye number 3.
Yes.
I can't,
sugar and all that
exactly.
stuff.
So,
no, I hear you. Okay.
Yes. I usually put off signing up to like the very last week. So therefore it's like I can justify bringing cupcakes. It's like it's the end of the year celebration.
There you go. Okay. I will say you mentioned a lot that we do for like the team. But just doing it for the individual, I mean, just putting that out there in the sense of calendar alone when you've got multiple sports, coordinating the timing when you have to do meetings versus not, because we both work in the tech world. It's in our name. Plus outfits and all of the gear that they grow out of, which is annoying as heck, just putting that out there. And so... I don't know if people realize or appreciate how much parents have to support their kids when they do all the things. And sometimes you just got to be a cheerleader for your kid. Because I will say the one which I did appreciate is my kid did Taekwondo.
Okay.
And she hated it. But the thing to know about Taekwondo, well, she loved it for a couple months, is that you have to sign up for 6 months. It's a contract.
What?
And you are not allowed to get out of it. And so I told her at the beginning, I was like, look, if you sign up, you are in it. Like, mama's paying money for this. You are in it until the end of the 6 months. And she was not having it the last 2 months. But I made her do it because, to your point, it's discipline. You made a commitment. Now, in other things, if she wanted to quit, we'd let her quit. But I was like, this one, we made an agreement. So we're going to stick with it at least for 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So how do you balance it? What do you do to balance taking care of a kid and their busy schedule and all of the things?
I always joke that she needs her own assistant. Definitely the calendar. Your calendar has to be tight because you will forget everything. And then, like you said, the cost. I mean, her sneakers was $110. And that's just for her to like work out in. This is not even like...
Don't even get me started on cheer uniforms.
Really?
I was like, why does she need shorts and a skirt? Like, what? Why do we need both? Or jackets? Why do we need jacket? What's she gonna do with the jacket? Anyways, like, yes, all the things.
It's a commitment in all ways.
Yes.
I ask for help. Like, do
you take the help? Okay.
5 out of 10 times.
Okay. Hey, we keep ourselves accountable around here, so I'm just putting that out there.
But no, I ask for help. I have the husband be responsible for one thing. I even put her in responsible. Like, listen, if you don't have water, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you can fill your own water bottle
I love
up.
That.
You can go get your own snacks.
Yeah, start with the small stuff.
That's it. Like, I expect you to make sure you can do laundry at 10. So your uniform should be clean.
I can't wait for that day when my child can do laundry. Just put that out there.
Just throw it in there. It's a great game of colors. Don't mix the white with black.
There you go.
Then you separate them all out, and then you put it in.
We're working on just socks right now, but we'll get there.
Socks, that's a whole nother episode. I'm telling you, people come in and steal socks out of people. Like, I don't know why we can never find a pair of socks. But anyway, that's it. I try to keep a tight schedule, and I try to ask for help and put the onus back on the athlete.
I like that.
Because
that's good stuff.
It's good preparation. When she gets to college and she wants to run or jump or whatever she does, I won't be there. I'm going to be on somebody's island.
I was going to say, I hope she's at a beach, something,
somewhere at the casino. So I won't
we went
be
from
there.
beach to casino, but it's okay.
I won't be there. So she needs to start to, learn how to do those things. So
that's good.
I will say that.
Okay.
What about you?
I might have mentioned earlier, but one of the things that I do to balance it, because it's hard being a working parent.
Yes.
Nothing against folks that are stay at home and doing these things. But when you're a working parent and trying to keep up with your life and your friends and your kids doing all the things that we listed, it's tough. And so one of the things that I do is that I have two choices. That when I go and I can't see her, like as an example, when she does dance, it's downstairs, so I can't see her practicing. I have two choices. I can bring my laptop and I can be that person that catches up on work, or I can go make small talk with, I'm sure lovely parents and lovely people, but I'm not really invested probably too much in that relationship. And I choose catching up on work. Like, I know I go in, I say, time is precious. And so I am going to catch up on work now so that I don't have to when she's done with dance, and that I can play with her or take her to ice cream. And so finding those moments when I make a choice between doing something that people might look at me funny because I'm the only person there with my laptop. I will say, I was sitting there and literally, it was me and a bunch of white dudes, like dads, sitting at a table with laptops, and then moms on like a circle on couches talking. For half a second, I was like, oh, I should be over with them talking. But I was like, nope, I'm going to catch up on my work because these dads are not talking to each other. They are doing exactly what I'm doing. And so I think that's part of it. Asking for help, to your point, in the sense of who can drive her to different places, I think is hard. And just remembering that she doesn't have to do it all. I did have a rule when I told her when she wanted to pick something up. I said, great, then we're going to have to figure out what you take out because we can't do it all.
That's it.
She can't do it all. And so I think setting that expectation with her.
How do you find that balance between, let's say, for example, if she has a competition for something, when you can't make it? Like, do you have that guilt of like, dag, I have a meeting, so I can't, make this practice, or I can't make this,
Yeah.
Do you have that guilt?
Mom guilt's real.
Yes.
I don't know if we've really talked about it too much on here, but mom guilt is real. What I try to remember when it comes to work, because I think that's an easier yes-no for me, is when something happens at work, one of my mentors told me, think back and think about it in the sense of, will this matter in a year? So if it is a big meeting where we're talking about strategy or my team or my team's talents, that probably matters in a year. So I'm going to prioritize that because other people are impacted, etc. But if it's just a little meeting and something somebody else can cover, I will almost always choose my kid. And so I try to make it with that lens. Balance. I will say with my 1-year-old, it was her birthday and we had talent review at work, and that's where I have to talk about my people, how they're doing. So in that moment, I said, these are my people. They depend on me as their manager. I have to prioritize that. Plus she's at daycare anyway. Like, it wasn't a big deal, but I remember having that decision point on when do I need to prioritize being a manager and what is on the other side going to be at stake. And so it's everyday decision. What about you?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's an everyday decision. Usually I default to family.
Yeah.
That's just, I always feel like I can't get those moments back.
You cannot.
Although
Agreed.
I'm learning, like last night I had a project I was finishing and she had track practice. I was like, practice, I'm there for the meet.
Yep.
I don't need to see practice.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think that's where, like, to your point, I try to see what's most important in the moment.
Yep.
And then, make the decision. But you still have those, because she's like, I want you to come. And I'm like, they just.
Well, they always want us now. And so they will not later potentially. So we've got to keep that in mind too.
Yeah. So you got to keep it. Although she did tell me I have to move to whatever state she goes to college. So I'm going to record it now so that when it's time for college, if she tries to switch up, I'm like, no.
I do that with a 6-year-old. I'm like, who's your best friend? And she's like, will mommy always be your best friend? She goes, yes, mommy. I need to record that.
Exactly.
Because I can either hold her to it or it'll get me through moments later. Exactly. So either way, I need to record
it's beneficial either way. So go with it.
Exactly.
So what have you done for yourself lately with all that you have going on?
To balance. I will say, I'll go back to what I did with my grow. Okay. Which is you have to find things to fill your cup that you don't get to do regularly. One of the things that I don't get to do all the time is have a mom's night and go out and taste some wine. I think I mentioned that wine is big where we are. And so it was Friday and we picked up the kids and I said, okay, cool. I'm meeting a couple girlfriends at 5 p.m. Husband, you will be okay putting them to bed. And we just talked and laughed and ate charcuterie boards and truffle popcorn, which was on my list for whatever reason. And it was just a good time to be me, not necessarily a mom, not necessarily a wife, although we talked obviously about husbands and kids as you usually do when you're away. But just being with girlfriends. We don't get to do it that often, but when we do, it definitely fills my cup. And I hold on to that because it is so important to be around your community. We've talked about it on this episode. And I think that was something I did for me. Nobody else, just me.
That's good.
What about you, besides getting your nails done and half committing to getting your hair done?
I don't even look at nails as doing something. Like, it's like a necessity. Like, you have to get up and brush your teeth and put on clothes. I have to get my nails done.
Okay.
But, yeah, the fact that I'm struggling is a problem. That says a lot. I've supposed to been getting a massage for about 3 months now. Because usually I'm on a schedule with it. You know what? I bought myself some shoes at the track meet this weekend.
Okay, tell me about the shoes. What are the shoes?
They're sandals, actually. Okay. And I was on Instagram. You know, it's like Instagram knew I was bored. And they put the ads up.
And they know you needed to invest in yourself.
Exactly. Okay. And so it's those, Birkenstock, right? Oh, okay. I don't like, so you know me, it has to be different. Like, you know, my car, right? Like, sure. Everything has to have a wow factor. So,
and you got that wrapped pretty car, so we'll just put it out there. Yep.
And so I like the Birkenstock style, but because everyone has them, I have not purchased them. Okay. I need something that looks different.
So what'd you get?
So I got they're Vince Camuto. They're royal blue and green and gold.
You know you're going to have to post a picture later, right?
I will. Okay. Actually, I just got the email that they've been shipped, yes. Okay. So now let's hope I like them. That's the other part.
We'll see.
But yeah, I bought myself some shoes. I was just sandals. I was like, you know what? I am sitting here. This ad keeps coming up. Like, I'm like,
meant to be.
As I said, you know what? Let me just get them.
Okay.
And I think I bought some t-shirts because I just got another thing that some stuff was delivered and I didn't remember buying them. So
it happens. Happens to the best of us.
So that's it.
Okay. Okay.
Any last tips for parents that's
just doing it all?
Just doing it all and managing these schedules and all the things.
You know, I'm consistent. And so what I will say, my advice is usually the advice I give, but I'll expand on it, which is give yourself grace. I always give that advice, and I feel like it's applicable in so many scenarios as a mom. And I think it's okay when you don't get it right. Sometimes you're gonna do the best and make the decision with the info that you have, in the sense of, do I prioritize the big meeting? Do I prioritize my kids' track meet? But as long as you're doing your best, sometimes you're gonna get it right, sometimes you're gonna get it wrong. But at the end of the day, just know you did your best, and you got to give yourself grace. What about you?
I think that's perfect. I think what's coming to my mind, about 2 years ago, we were at a track meet.
Okay.
And I'm not used to the track world. So all I know is that
Look at you now.
I know, now I'm a pro.
Yeah.
But, you know, all I know is that my baby's running, right? And I am like I don't play when it comes to her, right? And so from my understanding, she was like at the starting line for the 100. This little girl kept pushing her. And, you know, we have a rule, like you stand your ground. You don't let no one disrespect you.
Yeah, no, I love that.
So she runs her race. I don't even know if she won or not. I just know when she got off that field, she was upset.
Oh.
She's upset. I'm upset.
Yeah, Mama Bear comes out.
Yes. Dad is a little bit more chill out of the both of us. And so she comes to me and tell me, so I'm like, all right, let's go find the girl's parents.
Sure.
So we find the girl's parents. And I'm like, listen, right, you know, like, this can't happen. Like, every time they're running, there's a problem.
Oh, there was a pattern, too?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
so
okay.
I'm like, you know, like, let's just understand it's competitive. But, like, at that point, they're like 7, 8 years old. Like, we don't need to be pushing.
No.
And she just started cursing. She cursing me out.
The mom?
Yeah. She was
wow.
like, get the F out my face. I don't give a F. And so I said, wow, this is not going to go well. It's like I had a quick moment of like...
Decision point. Decision point in front of me.
I'm going the wrong way. And so I matched her energy, right? And it was like, it was bad. It was bad.
It was not a good example is what you're saying.
Not
Okay,
a good
that's
example.
fair.
But she heard me. We haven't had no issue since, mind you. But, you know, they also have a rule like parents can't be on the field.
Oh.
You know I made on that field. I went because my husband was on the field. And I went to him like,
he was
yo.
probably hiding behind something when all this was happening.
He had no idea what was going on.
Okay.
It was, I mean, enough people knew. To this day, people still like, remember that situation? So
that's funny.
And I walked. They're like, Miss, you can't go. I gave them a look like you do not want
mess,
this right now. And but I tell that story to say that afterwards I did apologize to my daughter because
I love that.
I didn't want her to, you know, like I was F-bombs, like it was just all over, right? But I was like, you know, I'm responsible for my own reaction, regardless of what, you know, there's still a way of doing things.
Well, that's the truth. Yep.
And I apologized to her for how I, you know, reacted and came across. Not even, I mean, she knows her mother, but that's still scary to see your mother like that. And, you know, like I wasn't proud of that, you know, and so going back to the give yourself grace, you know, I had to give myself a little bit of grace, right? And sometimes you see these stories where parents, they get so caught up into the sport. And it's just like, you know, you just want to see, you're just so vested in your child. And so, and then by the next meet, her and the girl's friends.
Oh, jeez.
And so, you know,
they're hugging instead of.
I'm like, girl,
poking each other.
That's not how this works,
oh,
you know.
That's funny.
But you know,
never know at that age too.
But I think too that was a learning point for me. Also, like, is, you know, give yourself that time to walk away.
Yep.
Reassess, and so, I think it's grace in all ways. You know, I think it's probably my thing, and know that it's okay if some things fall.
Yeah,
it's not
we're all human at the end of the day. Moms are human too. That is my takeaway.
That's it. Just like in the beginning, like I said, you can't control it all.
Nope.
You can't. And so as long as they're smiling, happy and healthy, that's it.
Yep. Those are goals.
It. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, this or that mom's edition. We've been talking about sports and activities. So this or that, let's see. Option 1 is that your kid does sports 7 days a week for a whole year. That's option 1. Or your kid does no sports.
Oh, that's
I know. See, that's hard, right? That's why it's this or that mom's edition. All right, which one? We got to pick one.
You already know. We're gonna have to go with the sports 7 days a week because you didn't give a time frame. They could only do sports for an hour on the day.
Sure. 5 minutes.
Yes, but
looking for these loopholes. Okay.
But it makes her happy.
Yeah,
and that's gonna always take preference priority. So
I love that. Okay,
we stuck with 7 days a week.
All right, I will say the same only because the child wants to do it all. So if we didn't do sports for a whole year, I do not know what she would do with herself.
Yes.
Meaning, honestly, even one day if something's canceled, she's like, "What's our activity?" And I'm like, "You don't have one. We're gonna go sit." She's like, "No, but I have to have an activity." So
that was the activity.
If we didn't do one for a whole year, it would not work. Yes. So I'm gonna choose the same.
And hopefully it's not a leap year, so we have an extra day.
There you go. So there you go.
Yes. Well, this was fun.
Yeah, I think it was good and relatable for the time of the year.
Yes. Therapeutic as well. So thank you always for this time. I genuinely appreciate the time we share and just letting it all out. So
yeah, look at us. All right, let's roll out.
So thank you all for tuning in. Remember, there is no perfect way to do motherhood, just your way.
And keep showing up, laughing through that chaos, and giving yourself the grace you deserve. You got this, Mama.
See you later.